Yo, Mzee Kigo, did our ball come in here?
Yo, your ball? Your ball. You barge into my property and ask me if I've seen your ball without even greeting me properly.
Sorry.
You need to learn some manners, little girl. Your ball is here, but to get it back, you're going to have to use your bongo. That's your brain. You've got no manners. But let's see at least if you've got some brains, huh? So I'm going to give you a math problem. And if you get the answer, you'll get your ball. But you'll have to use those buckets over there to solve it.
A math problem?
You remember learning about negative and positive numbers at school, right?
Not really.
So what's negative 3 plus 5? You can use those buckets to find the answer. See the one in the middle? That's 0. If you start there, then you follow the math problem, you'll find your ball. The negative sign means that you should walk to the left. And the positive sign means you should walk to the right. So, look at the first sign in your math problem. See? It's negative. So you need to turn left. Now, count 3 buckets to your left. Don't count the 0 bucket where you're standing now, huh? Ready?
1, 2, 3. I don't see my ball.
Listen up first. You need to add 5 now, but in the other direction, because the next sign is positive. So turn to the right and add 5 more buckets.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There you go, Kiduchu. Now tell me, what number bucket are you at?
0, 1, 2. It's 2.
Well done. Now, take a look inside that bucket there.
Yeah, I got it.
Now what have you learned?
I've learned that Mzee Kigo likes to hide footballs. But he hides our footballs so we can get better at math. And man, Mzee Kigo sure is good at math.
You're not too bad at math yourself, Kiduchu. You just need to listen to your teacher and practice your math some more, huh?
So I start here at 0. Then I turn to the left because of that negative sign. And I walk 3 buckets down. 1, 2, 3. Now there's that positive sign, which means I've got to turn to the right. And I walk 5 buckets that way now. Negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. So negative 3 plus 5 is 2.
You are a real math whiz now, aren't you, Kiduchu?
It's not just math. I've got great manners too. So I'm going to say thank you now. Thank you, Mzee Kigo, and say goodbye. Bye-bye.
Say hi to your friends, huh? And teach them what you learned today.
Radio.
Mzee Kigo, why are you so sad?
Some rats came along and destroyed all my crops. I've no idea how many of them there were.
There must have been loads of them to destroy a field this big. Don't worry, Mzee Kigo. I'll find them, I'll count them, and we can figure out what to do. And I'm back. I saw lots of rats.
Did you figure out how many there are? Write it down and show me.
There's so many of them. There's a huge city with 7,000. There's a smaller city with 500 rats. There's a small town which has 40 rats. And there's a little village with just 6 rats.
I see. Now add them up.
I've already added them up.
You can write it out more easily using the digits. 7, 5, 4, and 6.
Now I see 7,546.
Well done, Kibena. Now you know how to count using thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones places.
Now that we know how many rats there are, it's time to move them.
That'd be great, Kibena. But you think it's that easy to move thousands of rats?
But wait and see, Mzee Kigo. I've got a plan.
Okay then.
Tiny Tamba, Tiny Tamba, Tiny Tamba, Tiny Tamba.
Hello, Mzee Kigo. Uncle T has lost his voice. Can he have some special tea, please?
Oh, my special soothing tea. That's in my greenhouse. Let's go and get some.
Uncle T! Uncle T! Just let him eat. We'll come back and get him.
Hey, Mzee Kigo, what are all those cool umbrellas up there?
Those are not umbrellas, they are solar panels.
Solar panels?
Those solar panels absorb energy from the sunlight.
Oh, so you get energy from the sun, like Njusi.
Yes, but these solar panels take solar energy from the sunlight and turn it into electrical energy, which we use to power lots of things in our homes.
You can use solar energy for all sorts of things.
Exactly. Solar energy can also be used to power a pump that then pumps water from the well for watering my cabbages.
That sounds like a whole lot of effort. Wouldn't it be better to just plant the cabbages in the rainy season?
Well, that's how we used to do it. But these days, the seasons are changing and our climate is getting warmer and drier.
You're right. It's so hot these days.
But why is that?
It's because of global warming or climate change.
Is that caused by dirty energy?
It is.
But how?
Let's get to the greenhouse. I can show you how it happens. I'm sure the stereo will give Uncle T his voice back.
Mzee Kigo, why is it even hotter in here?
It's because of the greenhouse effect. In a greenhouse like this, the sun's rays come in through the glass and heat everything up inside. And the glass stops the heat from escaping out, so it stays nice and warm in here. Perfect for plants to grow, even when it's cold outside. And that is the greenhouse effect. And it's happening here on the earth too. The sun's rays hit the earth and heat it up. Some of that heat rises up and escapes into space, so it doesn't get too hot. But that's changing because we humans use so much dirty energy. We release greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide into the air.
Just like the glass in the greenhouse.
All of those greenhouse gases from our dirty energy are bouncing the sun's energy back down to us and heating up the planet even more.
Wow, we really need to use less dirty energy.
I like the way you think, kids.
Thanks for the tea leaves and for telling us about global warming, Mzee Kigo. Now it's time to make some tea and bring Uncle T's voice back.
Hi there, Koba. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks, Mzee Kigo.
And how are your friends?
They're all doing well. Mzee Kigo, can I please go fishing with you?
And why do you want to go fishing?
I want to catch 2 fish to raise at home.
But do you really think you are ready for it?
What do you think is harder, fishing or raising fish?
I am talking about fishing, Koba. But if you pay attention, you can learn. Let me pack everything into the boat, then we can go. Is that okay?
How many fish do you think we're going to catch today?
Hey, Koba, my boy. How can we possibly know how many fish we'll catch until we've actually gone fishing? I mean, we could catch a few, or we could catch a lot. But don't you worry, Koba. However many we catch, we'll split, huh? Half and half.
What? Half and half? Does that mean we'll cut each fish into 2 pieces?
Ah, Koba, my boy. Half doesn't always have to mean cutting something in 2. It can also mean taking a group of things and dividing them into 2 equal groups. So you take one, and I take one. You take one, and then I take one, until they're all finished. You understand?
Ah, I get you now, Mzee Kigo. Oh, okay.
And you're going to learn a lot more today, my boy. A lot more.
Wow! You have to go really far out to sea to get these fish, eh, Mzee Kigo? What would happen if the boat sank? Do you know how to swim?
You ask too many questions, Koba. And of course I know how to swim. Now, Koba, you count out the fish while I pull in this net. Let's see just how many fish we caught, huh?
Okay, Mzee Kigo. There are 5 fish.
Well, that's plenty, Koba. Why don't we head back and split them?
Okay, but remember, we're splitting them half and half.
Let's get back to shore and then we can split them. Half and half. Oh, that was a long trip, Koba. But now that we're back, let's divide up these fish. You're a strong young boy. I'll let you do all the work, okay? So you divide them into 2 equal groups. One for you and one for me.
I understand you, Mzee Kigo. 1 fish here, 1 fish there, 2nd fish here, a 2nd fish there, a 3rd fish here, but there's nothing left to put there. Mzee Kigo, I've got 2 groups of fish and 1 leftover fish. What should I do?
So, how many fish does each group have?
Each group has 2 fish, and there's 1 fish remaining.
You said there are 2 groups of 2 fish and 1 remaining, huh? So we've divided 5 by 2 and we get 2 groups of 2 with a remainder of 1. So you throw that lucky 1 fish back in the sea.
Ah, sure.
So now everything is fine and dandy, Koba. You see, you've got 4 fish now and you've divided them into even groups with none left over. Now we can say that I've got half and you've got half. You see, we each have 2 fish.
Oh, okay. Which means we each have half of 4, which is 2, right?
And now we're getting somewhere, Koba. Now, as an example, if we had 8 fish, how many would each of us get?
4 and 4, right?
That's right, Koba. You understand the meaning of half. So, tell me, what is half of 6?
Half of 6 is 3.
Well done, Koba. Now you go home with your 2 fish, and I'll take mine, okay? Say hello to everyone at home.
Thanks, Mzee Kigo. I'm coming back tomorrow, okay?
Good morning, Mzee Kigo.
Hey, good morning.
Mzee Kigo, this is my little brother. He wants to learn how to fish too. Can he come along today?
No problem. What's his name?
It's Baraka.
Ah, Baraka. Mr. Baraka, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, now, Koba. It's now time to divide up the fish. But don't just do what you did yesterday, eh? Because today we have 3 people and 8 fish.
Baraka, divide them up.
1 here, 1 there, and 1 over there. A second here, a second there, and a second over there. A third here, a third there, and there are no more.
Those 2 fish got lucky. Throw them back in the water.
So tell me, what was the remainder?
Okay, well, we have 3 groups, and in each group there are 2 fish with 2 remaining.
So, if you divide 8 by 3, you get 2 with a remainder of 2.
Yes, you're right. But, Mzee Kigo, yesterday we said we're dividing them half and half. But what about today?
Listen here, boys. If you divide something into 3 equal groups, we call each of those groups a third. Today, we got 8 fish, but we threw 2 back so that we could divide them into equal groups. 8 minus 2 is 6. Then we divided those 6 amongst 3 people. So, we each take 2 fish home. So what is 1/3 of 6, Baraka?
1/3 of 6 is 2.
Well done, Baraka. Now I have a question for you, Koba. What's 1/3 of 9?
1/3 of 9 is 3.
Very good, Koba.
Mzee Kigo, can I ask you something? I want to be successful and independent. What should I do?
You want to be independent? What do you mean?
I'd like to have my own place where I can rest and chill by myself if I don't want to see anyone.
You think that's possible, Tiny Tembo?
Yeah, I think so, Mzee Kigo.
Tiny Tembo, you have to be creative in different areas.
What business can I do?
Be creative. What business can someone as young as you start?
I'm serious, Mzee Kigo. Don't laugh at me.
Tiny Tembo, you sure are making me laugh.
Mzee Kigo, I'm tired. I'm going to rest under the tree.
Tiny Tembo, you still have your beads.
Yes, Mzee Kigo. We want to make bracelets and necklaces with them.
Of course I will. I can definitely teach you an easier way by arranging numbers into place values, thus being able to more easily add up values.
Mzee Kigo, everything with you is maths.
That's so true.
This bracelet has 29 red beads and 9 blue beads. You see? Look, I've also got these 10 boxes that hold 10 beads each. Let's put 10 red beads in here and another 10 red beads here. So that's 20 red beads. So we have 9 red beads left. It's not enough to fill a box of 10. And we have 9 blue beads. Between these reds and blues, we have enough to fill another box of 10. You see? Now, Let's carry this over to join the other 10s and see how many we have in total. Are you guys with me? You understand? It's simple, huh?
So we have 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 38.
Ah, now I understand. I remember learning about ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands.
That's right, Kibena. But there's even an easier way to do it than just counting it up. Let's set it up as an equation. What should we put here?
We have 29 red beads plus 9 blue beads. 9 plus 9 equals 18.
18!
That's right. So that's 8 ones and 1 10. And now we carry it over just like we did when we moved the beads. So let's put the 8 into the ones place. And now we have one group of 10. So we need to add that to the other 10s. It carries over. You see?
What's 1 plus 2?
3.
So 29 plus 9 equals 38.
You see how much easier this is than to count each individual bead one by one? This is called grouping and carrying. Is it a bit clearer now?
It's much clearer now. Wait, I'll only make 38 shillings. I can't even buy a bunch of bananas for that. That's such a shame, Tiny Tempo.
Business is maths, Tiny Tembo.
I'm liking the sound of this, but how about the necklaces? How can I sell each necklace for? Let me calculate it using the grouping method, just like Mzee Kigo taught us.
I have 36 yellow beads plus 27 green beads. Let's lay them out in tens and ones first. $10, $20, $30, and 6. 36 yellow beads. And 10, 20s, and 7. 27 green beads. So we have ones on their own and tens on their own. Wow, this is like organizing a party.
6 plus 7 equals how much? 13. In 13, we have 3 ones and 1 10.
Keep going, Kibena, you're on a roll.
This 10 carries over into the tens place. Now we have 3 tens plus 2 tens makes 5 tens. If we were to add 1 10, we just carried over. We got 6 tens.
Nice one. Keep going.
So now we have 1 plus 3 plus 2. I'm getting it.
That's easy. It's 6.
This is so easy.
Yeah.
See, the answer is 63. Do you all see? This will make more money than the bracelet itself. But how much would we get if we sell both of them together? Mzee Kigo, should I add them together?
But this time, no need to draw the beads to guide you. Just place the numbers into their ones and tens column and add them up, just like you did before. And remember, I'm always here to help if you get stuck. What are you waiting for, Kibena? You can start.
These are the boxes.
So now we need to fill them.
We counted altogether 38 beads in the bracelet. And 63 beads altogether in the necklace.
If we add 8 and 3 together, we get 11. In 11, there are 1 ones and 1 tens. We write 1 in the 1 place value or column and carry the 10 to the 10 place value.
Yup, you got it. 1 plus 3 plus 6 is 10.
In total, it's 101.
Congratulations, Kimena! You've got it! Well, it looks like my work here is done. I'll see you later.
Mzee Kigo, I have some great news.
What's the news, Tiny Tembo?
Should I tell you something?
What's that, Tiny Tembo?
What I learned today.
You learned how to add using grouping of 1s and 10s.
I learned more than that, Mzee Kigo. You wait and I'll tell you.
And what's that?
I learned that in order to lead a happy life, you need to work together with others, helping each other. This way, you learn a lot of things. Don't you agree, Mzee Kigo?
That's very true, Tiny Tembo. There is a time to work alone and a time to work alongside one another.
It's good to work together, teaching each other new things. You never know what you can learn.
Exactly.
What is mathematics? Mental acrobatics every day, all the time. Just use your mind. You use math when you measure width and length, solving problems using mental strength. Use number operations like multiplication. The number you'll find is like magic from your mind. Math is a part of everyday life. Just add, subtract, divide, and multiply. Can you solve the problem? Did you get the answer? Just use your brain and you can do it, sir. Now, don't you rush it. Just take it slow. You must be careful. Don't you know? You use math for all things in life. When you eat ugali, you count your bites. In a parade, count the steps you take. Just listen when I rap. I'm using math. Calculate the distance when you drive your car, so you will know if you have gone far. Here's something else for you to count. Can you count the teeth in my mouth? We can measure width, length, and depth, and represent with X, Y, and Z. Math is used for everything. Just do the numbers in your head. Now try to add up all the spots on my neck. How many do you see? And I even use math to get leaves off the tree.
Mathematics,
You understand now, right?
mathematics,
Okay.
Mathematics, how I love it. Mathematics,